Hey everyone, welcome back to Garden Stay Growing. My name is Eric. Thanks for joining me. Here's the deal. Yesterday I did a video on planting my strawberries and it was in the rain and it was a miserable day. I still had to build the bed to put them in and fill it. I was out there for like 8 hours or whatever and I filmed the whole thing and I had it all mapped out to shoot some facts and some questions at you people and let you know about like planting depth and how to plant them and fertilizers and blah, 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 blah. But then my son came out, my son Tyler came out and he just wanted to hang out with his dad and, was curious about what I was doing. And he wound up asking me a lot of questions that wasn't even asking myself. And I don't think I would have even brought them up the way I had the video shot. But the problem is that the video is like 52 minutes long, and that's just obnoxious. That's like watching half a movie. You could watch 2 sitcoms in that time. Nobody needs to know that much about planting strawberries. So it's more of just a personal vlog type video, but I'm going to break it up. I'm going to break it up into parts 1 and 2 and maybe even parts 3 so you guys don't have to ingest it all at once. I would understand if you didn't watch it, but if you do enjoy the content in it, share it, hit that like button. I'm personally very proud of this video because it's just me sitting there having a great time with my son, which doesn't come by that often anymore. I love you guys. I'm going to play part 1 now, and you'll see the other parts coming out a little bit later. All right? Bye-bye. Have a great night. Hey everyone, welcome back to Garden Stay Growing. I am Eric and today I have an exciting video for you. It is raining like crazy, so I kind of put up this little temporary shelter to help me get through the day. It should be a little bit nicer, even though it is miserable outside. But I got a package in the mail last night. Let me show you. Fragile, must be Italian. Handle with care, live plants. Where did I get this from? I think you guys know, fast growing trees, they're awesome. And what did I get? I got strawberry crowns. Now I'm gonna get into the reasons why I bought them as crowns opposed to plants or just buying them at a box store later on. But for right now, I've got a lot to do. We need to get them in this garden bed. Oh, there is no garden bed. I need to take care of that first. So let's get to it.
Alright guys, listen, I wasn't even going to show you this part of it. I was just going to magic the box together, magic it being filled, imagine the cardboard going down and then the straw, and then I bring in with the strawberries. But the reality is, I'm so unmotivated to do this right now. It is so just, it's only like 48 degrees, but with the wind and the rain, it feels like it's 30. Why am I doing it and doing it in the rain? I get very limited time off from work. And on working days, I can usually get to, checking the plants, watering the plants, seeing if they're okay, adjusting lights, watering if needed. But big project days like this, like setting up a whole new garden bed, it's got to get done, whether it's raining or not. A lot of people say it's Murphy's Law. I just call it spring. That's usually how we have to deal with it. But just because I'm out here doing it doesn't mean I'm all happy about it. I'm really not. This sucks. I would rather be inside watching The Little Mermaid or Punky Brewster or Monster Garage. Yeah, or something like that, something with guns. But, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this on hyperlapse and let it go as I build this whole bed. I'll try to make it as fast as possible so I don't bore the crap out of you guys. And then if I can get this done, if it was a nice sunny day out, this project would take me an hour and a half. Well, like I said, with the rain and the cold and me being really unmotivated to be out here, it's going to take me a long time. So, let's get to it.
All right, so let's get this garden bed done.
Hey Dad, what you doing?
Planting strawberries, man.
Alright, so you putting on the
This is rock azomite.
rock azimate.
Yeah,
What's that?
it's a soil amendment.
Okay. What
Uh,
does that mean?
Well, most people, when you're planting stuff, you use a fertilizer that's got a lot of NPK in it. It's potassium, nitrogen, and phosphorus. But since this is a new garden bed, I want to use some of this rock azomite. Now this is powdered down, so it's super fine. Actually, we should be. If it wasn't a windy day, I'd be wearing a mask when putting this down. But rock azomite has all the the micronutrients that you need to grow plants. I mean, it's not going to be bioavailable to the plant this year, but if I was setting this bed up in the fall, I would have did this before the winter and gave this bed, a chance to break some stuff down.
Oh, okay. So what's all that other stuff that you have on top of it?
I put in some vermiculite. That's the deep rock brown looking stuff, and some perlite. That's just going to help the soil stay a little bit airier. It's going to help drain water, but also retain moisture as well. I also put down, you can't really see, I put down some worm castings, which is just a mild natural manure fertilizer, and some coop poop, some chicken shit. Sorry, I shouldn't curse, but yeah, and that again is a nice little light fertilizer. So I'm just gonna put.
So what? Do worms like grow in it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Well, no, worm castings is actually the poop of the worm. They eat like wood and other organic matter, and then they poop it out. And people have like big worm farms where they collect it, and they give me all the poop. Well, I have to buy it.
Well, where do the worms come from then? Do you have to buy them separately?
I don't get worms from the worm castings.
Oh.
No, the farmers have the worms,
Okay.
and then the worms poop, and then they sell the
So
poop.
it's just fertilizer.
It's just fertilizer.
Okay.
It's not worms.
Okay.
But there is worms in there.
I was gonna say, I thought you wanted worms in there.
I
too,
do
right?
want worms in there, and there is worms in there because my mushroom compost has worms in there.
Okay.
And plus, because I didn't put any kind of barrier besides cardboard at the bottom, the worms will actually come up. They will
From the
eat
natural ground.
from the natural ground.
Okay, that's cool.
Exactly. Those eat rich soil. So this is the last of the. That's good enough. I'm gonna rake this all in, but before I do that, you're gonna help me. You gotta put some peat moss down. Thanks.
What's peat moss for?
Well, it's going to add a lot of organic matter to the bed. And again, it's going to help a lot with drainage, and it's going to help a lot with moisture retention. So it makes it a little easier to not overwater or underwater your strawberries.
Well, this looks like sawdust almost.
Yeah, but it's not. It's actually an inert product. It doesn't have any nutrients in it whatsoever, no carbohydrates. It's basically just for the structure of the soil to keep it nice and loose and airy. And again, it will act like a sponge and retain moisture, but once it reaches its capacity of filling up, it's going to help drain the soil, so you don't end up things like root rot and other diseases that might affect your strawberries. I mean, I really should be putting down a whole lot more than I am right now, almost a third of this bag. Okay, pull that away. Thank you.
Oh yeah.
Here, do me a favor, take this rake and start down this end and just kind of groom it into the soil a little bit. You don't have to go crazy with it, but you kind of want it to be a little evener down the first, 2 or 3 inches at least. Well, that one works better.
Yours?
No, yours.
Mine.
Yeah. Ooh, my hands are cold.
So just like a rough chop through it.
Yeah, you don't want to have any large concentrations of anything in
One spot.
in one spot.
Right.
Exactly. Now I don't want to. I don't even need to put this too deep because strawberries have they have a very wide and when I plant them, I'll show you. They have a very wide root structure, a very large root structure, but they don't go very deep.
Okay.
They're always in the first 2 or 3 inches of the soil.
So do you even need to make a planting something like this deep?
Now, No, you don't. I do because it depends on what vegetable.
More versatile.
It depends on what vegetable I'm going to plant in here. Like on this side, I'm going to do all strawberries for about half of the garden.
Right.
And then that side, I'm going to do asparagus.
Okay. Asparagus is deeper?
Yes, asparagus has very deep roots.
Okay, so it's just this deep because you're doing multiple.
Yeah, you know, and like you only keep strawberries, the same strawberry plants for like 2 or 3 years, and then you replace them.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and you don't want to grow strawberries in the same bed that you just grew, because they're notorious for attracting things like. Guys, I just wanted to read this off to you because I wanted to get it right. One of the things that affects strawberries is the black root rot, or BRR. It is a disease complex on strawberries, meaning that one or more organisms can be involved in the infection, including fungi. I'm not reading that, blah, 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 and several species of nematodes. It is a common disease in North Carolina, and the main reason growers fumigate in the southeast region. In annual systems, this disease builds up over time and typically reaches a peak of damage at peak harvest. However, early damage causes plant stunting that is apparent within 1 to 2 months after planting. BRR can cause yield reductions up to 20 to 40%. That's why it's a good idea that, you know, maybe every 3 or 4 years you change the bed where you are planting your strawberries and you move them to a different bed and just do like a crop rotation. But the reality is if your strawberries are doing fine, you don't necessarily have to, but it is a good practice to every 3 or 4 years. Just take the runners from your strawberry plants, and if they're real healthy and they haven't rooted yet, get new soil and grow some new strawberry plants. Like diseases and pests that cause strawberries to be like all shriveled up and white, and they never really come to fruit. So after about 3 years, you want to get rid of the other mother plants and then replant with new plants.
I remember when we had our first strawberry bushes, or whatever you call them, plants, and we actually did get a bunch of white strawberries a couple of years.
Oh yeah, they're just immature strawberries, but they actually make. There's actually a species of strawberry that is white.
Really?
Yeah, believe it or not.
And it tastes the same?
It tastes sweet, tastes like a regular strawberry. They do something with the light. They block out the light when they get ready to harvest, and they never really.
It doesn't absorb the red rays.
Yeah, whatever. I'm not exactly sure, but you can actually even get purple and blue. You can get a strawberry that's blue and tastes like a blueberry.
Really?
Yeah, but the only problem is like that's not natural. That's GMO kind of shit right there. Exactly. You know, and I don't mind like.
I don't mind GMOs. It's just I need to know the company.
Well, I don't mind GMOs like when they hybridize corn or take pollen from one plant and mix it with the pollen from another plant. Yeah, well, in order to get a purple or a blue strawberry, you got to do some scientific kind of modifications. That's not natural. That's some scientists messing around with DNA in a lab. That's not natural. I don't want that.
Yeah.
All right, so this bed is nice and kind of leveled out. Now it's time for the strawberries. Have you ever seen strawberries come like this?
I don't think I've ever seen strawberries other than the fruit.
Alright. Whew, my hands are cold.
What is it, a bundle?
It's a bundle, but it's a bundle of rubber bands on it. Rubber bands off.
Rubber band.
Alright, now I just got to separate. Alright. Let's see. One. This is 25 plants.
25.
Yep. 2.
Lots of strawberries.
3. Whew. Come on. Don't rip. Okay. 4. Let me space them out like that. Alright, that's better. A little closer to the edge. Strawberries are really they're one of those plants that are kind of that are kind of claustrophobic. They like a lot of room. to breed. I know they're all gonna push off, and they're, you know how a strawberry plant reproduces?
Nope.
They send out these little feeler vines that are called runners.
Okay.
And you can notice them because they're long and they're thin, and they have a little flower, not a flower, but a couple leaves at the end of them. And they go out, and wherever they touch dirt, they replant and they start a new plant.
Like this.
That's just the leaf of the plant.
Just the leaf.
Yeah, I'm gonna wind up removing that.
Okay.
So I got 1, 2, 3. That's a small guy. Maybe I'll do 5 in this section. Well, these are tied together. Oh, no, okay.
Why wouldn't you be able to do like 2 strawberry plants on top of each other? You get like one big strawberry plant.
Because what will wind up happening is the roots will spread out from this strawberry plant, and then the roots will spread out from this strawberry plant, and they will actually entangle with each other, and they'll become root bound.
Okay.
And then they won't be able to uptake water and nutrients, and they just won't grow right. So you got to make sure they
basically suffocate each other.
Yeah, they basically suggest you do them anywhere from like 15 inches to 18 inches apart, but I always kind of skirt that rule.
Yeah.
And I always grow just a little bit closer because
you want to maximize.
Well, the difference between a good gardener and a great gardener is their hands-on approach. And if you prune your strawberries correctly and you get rid of the runners,
yeah,
you can grow them a little closer than 15 to 18 inches. You have to be hands-on with them. Like I said,
got to be attentive.
Yeah, you have to be attentive. You have to come out, and it's great because when you come out to do that, you check for pests, you check for, what happened? Did I miss one?
You took one from here.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
You check for pests, you check for animal damage if birds come or chance comes, or you want to know a really neat trick with strawberries with birds? Now, when these first start turning green,
yeah,
but before they have strawberries on the plants, like a week or 2 before they get strawberries on the plants, I'm going to take some nice smooth river rocks that look like strawberries. I'm going to paint them red, and I'm going to put them in between the foliage.
And the birds are going to hit the rocks and get all mad and leave?
And then they go, oh no, I don't want to eat that.
It's a rock.
It's a rock. And birds are smart. They'll remember that.
Yeah.
They will remember that was hard as hell, and they don't want to eat that no more. But of course, I got the bird feeder over there. I got watering bats that deter them. If they do come, I can always put up some netting or,
Of course, there's always another deterrent.
Yeah, some kind of cage or something, some mesh on top. All right. So that's great. So I might take a couple from over there to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Supposed to get 25. I love you, but I know. Is there 2 in there? Oh!
This is 2 or 3.
I'm lying.
Yeah, that's going to be definitely.
Yeah, that's definitely one. Hate ripping things apart, but you sometimes you have to do it. Is there 2 in there? Yes, there's 2 in there. I put 2 in there.
There's 3.
Yeah. So that one goes there. All right, that's a bet. That's a bet. That's a good meatball. Okay. Whew.
I'm missing 1 though.
Ah, that's okay.
It's probably in there.
It's probably, yeah, I might find it as I'm putting it. Let me put my, did I have gloves?
No.
I had gloves. I don't know what happened.
They're inside.
Oh, that's, all right, I'm just going to do it. All right.